From the Mount Washington Radio Group online newsroom, I'm Gare McKenzie. The National Weather Service has issued a winter storm warning for the listening area until 9 o'clock Friday morning, saying today's storm could dump as much as 14 inches of snow in some areas and up to a quarter inch of ice. A winter storm warning means significant amounts of snow, sleet, and ice are expected or are occurring, and strong winds are possible, making travel very hazardous or impossible. The warning area includes Carroll and Coos counties in New Hampshire and Oxford and Cumberland counties in Maine. Forecasters say the heaviest snow in Carroll County should fall this afternoon, and then heavy snow will fall in parts of Maine as the storm moves north and east. Temperatures are expected to rise through the day today into the 20s, with a changeover to sleet and freezing rain likely tonight before the storm ends with snow tomorrow morning. Northeast winds could gust to as high as 40 miles per hour today, with visibility a quarter mile or less in some areas, and blowing and drifting snow is possible. Forecasters say significant travel delays are possible with snow-covered roads, and they recommend you only travel in an emergency. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water with you in case of an emergency. Conway selectmen have decided to spend about $375,000 on the new roundabout at Norcross Circle in North Conway, about $27,000 more than originally planned. Conway Public Works Director Paul Deliangeli says selectmen selected a plan at their regular meeting Tuesday afternoon. They reduced the cost by around $70,000 from $450,000 and eliminates some of the possible features.
Leave the existing concrete sidewalks and not replace them with brick sidewalks, and reduce the cost of the roundabout by removing the aprons and the pedestrian crosswalks using the imprint material, and instead just painting pavement.
The reduction was decided on after the consulting design firm came back with a higher actual project cost than the initial estimate provided to the town for budget planning. Deliangeli says the general idea for building the roundabout is to improve traffic flow, safety, and efficiency.
They wanted to prevent people from going the wrong way on the one-way section of Norcross. They wanted to beautify the area and reduce the expanse of asphalt, make it more pedestrian-friendly.
Selectmen picked the current plan from several options they were provided. Conway Scenic Railroad owner and manager Russ Siebold had asked the town to reconsider its decision to build the roundabout, citing concerns it would actually impede the flow of traffic and block buses that group in the area at certain times to discharge or pick up passengers. Construction is expected to begin this spring, and it's hoped the project will be finished by the 4th of July. In Maine news, a group of Maine Republicans is calling on Democratic House Speaker Mark Eves to stop promoting the expansion of Medicaid under the Affordable Care Act because of a possible conflict of interest and recuse himself from voting on it. Republican Representatives Larry Lockman and Deborah Sanderson and others said yesterday Eves' job as Director of Business Development at Sweetser, a mental health care provider they say would benefit from more Medicaid patients, raises questions of a conflict of interest. Democrats call it a distraction, emphasizing many lawmakers have jobs that could be seen as a conflict. Eves says his background in health care has shown him what the lack of coverage means for families, and he won't stop fighting to get people access to care. In sports, in college hoops, Binghamton beat New Hampshire 72-71 in overtime last night. Jordan Bronner led UNH with 19 points and 5 of 7 from three-point range. Jacoby Armstrong added 14 points, and Chris Pelcher had a dozen with 10 boards. And Hartford topped Maine 91-79 in the first international contest in American Hockey League history. The AHL All-Stars beat Farestad BK of the Swedish Hockey League 7-2 last night in Canada. And in the NBA, the injury-depleted San Antonio Spurs beat the Boston Celtics 104-92 last night. In the weather, a winter storm warning in effect until 9 o'clock Friday morning. Snow today that may be heavy at times this afternoon. Accumulation of 2 to 4 inches. Highs in the upper 20s. Northeast winds from 10 to 20 miles per hour this afternoon. Snow tonight. Snow may be heavy at times. Additional snow accumulation of 4 to 8 inches. Not as cold with lows in the lower 20s. Northeast winds 15 to 25 miles per hour with gusts up to 35. And cloudy on Friday, snow in the morning, then a chance of snow showers in the afternoon. Total snow accumulation of 10 to 14 inches, highs in the upper 20s. From the Mount Washington Radio Group Online Newsroom, I'm Gare McKenzie.